Hey YouTube, my name is Michelle, and this is my first YouTube video. What inspired me to create this YouTube video is that I am a 25-year-old cancer survivor, and a lot of times when you have cancer and you survive, the survivors are left kind of in the lurch. What I mean by that is that when you have cancer and you die, you seem to get more recognition than if you survive. And what people don't understand about having cancer or any other extreme disease or disorder is that once you are in recovery, your battle still lasts a lifetime. And all of my life, I've been dealing with different health complications and different health struggles. And in particular, 2017 has been a really rough year for me. At the beginning of the year, I started to feel really sick, and I couldn't move my bowels, and my body was shutting down, and there was no explanation as to why. So I had to take a period of 3 months off work. I was suffering. I could barely eat. I couldn't sleep. I was falling into a depression, and nobody could help me. Nobody could figure out what the problem was. It was painfully terrible. I went to see many doctors, and then I finally started to get some solutions, but the way that I was treated at the doctor was terrible. What I'm trying to get across by making these videos is that when you have something that you suffer from, you will probably be suffering or dealing with those things for the rest of your life. I was born with congenital cataracts, and because I was dealing so much with my cancer treatments, they didn't want to have to operate on my eyes because I was already going through so much. Eventually, my cataracts turned into glaucoma, and I was diagnosed as being legally blind. To be legally blind means that you have some vision, but it's not 20/20. The specific definition is the visual acuity in your eye has to be 20/200 or greater in order to be considered legally blind. What that means is that what someone can see at 200 feet away, I can only see at 20 feet away. Being legally blind is so hard. It's very frustrating because people tend to treat my visual impairment like they do many other things. Because they can't see that there's a problem, people assume that there's not a problem, even if I ask them for help. And I'm tired of it. What inspires today's video is what inspires most of my life, and I feel like now it's time to speak on it. Today I had a doctor's appointment, and I went to Urology of Indiana. And when I got in there, I went up to the counter and I said, "Hello, my name is Michelle Farrell. I'm here for an appointment." And my fiance was with me. He's also visually impaired, and that's going to be, something that we talk about as well, that I'm going to share with you, as far as having two people with a disability in the same house. But that's not what we're talking about today. So I went in there and I said, "Hey, I'm visually impaired. I need some help filling out the paperwork." And the woman at the counter says to me, "Well, can he help you?" Referring to my fiance. And I said, "No, he's visually impaired as well." And she looked at me and said, "Oh no, that's not good." Like, I'm serious. Let me say it again. She looked me in the face and said, "Oh no, that's not good." And someone, a nurse, overheard, the conversation, and she brought me and she helped me with my paperwork. That's not how that is supposed to go. If someone is asking you for help, someone's asking you for their services, and it's your job to help them, then you need to help them. And that's not the first time. A couple of weeks ago, I went to Kroger, and I had previously called because it was a Saturday, and I know it's really busy on Saturday. So I called and I said, hey, I'm visually impaired. I need someone to assist me shopping, getting a few items. Is there someone who could help me? The manager says, oh yeah, when you come to our store, just go in, go to the service counter, tell them that you're visually impaired and you need some assistance. They'll be more than happy to help you. When I got to the customer service counter and told her that I was visually impaired, she looked at me and said, I'm very tired. I don't want to help you, but I'll find someone who will. Again, poor customer service. Why would you say that? Like, if I said that at my job to someone, I would probably be fired. So then she turns to the next person and says, blah, 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 this person is visually impaired. Can you help them? Can you? And then that person didn't want to do it. So she went and found someone else, took them away from the job that they were doing, which is working the cash register, and had the young woman assist me with getting my groceries. Mind you, I eventually got the help, but the way that they went about it was completely wrong. And then someone I know that's close to me went through a similar situation at Walmart. Went to the customer service counter. There was, at least 3 or 4 people with blue vests on, and this person walks up to the counter and says, hey, I'm visually impaired. I need to pick up a few things. Can someone help me? And these employees talked about this person as if he wasn't standing right there. Like, right there, just standing there. And, I mean, I have a lot of apps and things that I use to get my groceries delivered and stuff like that, but I'm a regular person. I should feel comfortable and confident enough to get up and leave the house without feeling like I am a burden, like I'm bothersome, anything like that. Like, it's very unfortunate and it's crazy. I feel frustrated, and I feel like that in order to try to make a change, or to at least, try to help people understand, that I need to start speaking out. Back in June, I started The Real Michelle Facebook blog, and I post inspirational quotes. Sometimes I, talk about my health and things, but I feel like that I'm going to transition that blog over onto YouTube, and I'm going to make videos, and I'm really going to get my point across and really talk about it, because there's only so many things that you can, write out in a box. But when you're in a situation such as the one I am, being visually impaired and dealing with everyday life, I feel like it's something that people need to know about and they need to hear about it. So I'm going to start, sharing it with you all, and then letting you all know, like, there's people out here who have disabilities, who are really hardworking, regular people, and I'm one of those people. I work very hard. I have a fiance. I have a life. Like, people even ask me more than they should if I live with my mother. Like, because I'm 25 and I have a vision impairment, I don't get to live by myself. People have asked me, well, are people attracted to you, or did they feel sorry for you because you're very pretty? The hell kind of compliment is that? Like, you're telling me basically that I've only been in relationships with people because they feel sorry for me? No, that's not the case. I'm very pretty and I'm smart. I was bullied a lot because of my disability, and it took a long time for me to feel confident in my own skin and to feel comfortable with who I am. But now we live in a society, we live in a day and age where I can't even feel comfortable being disabled because people look at you like you are different. People treat you like you're different. People talk about you like you're different. So I'm just going to start speaking on these things. There's always something that happens regarding my disability that, is some bullshit. And I'm going to share it with you all. I'm also going to share with you when I, go out and do things. For example, I went out and did karaoke last week. I do things with my family and stuff like that, but it's at a point where, because of the way society treats people with disabilities, I don't feel like I can go out and do other things with other people because it makes me scared to ask for help. Like, people's responses to me having a disability makes me scared to ask for help, and that's just not fair. It's not fair, and it's not a life that I want to live anymore. Um, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like it. Please subscribe to my channel. Also, check out my page on Facebook, The Real Michelle. Like I said, I post a lot of inspirational quotes on there, pictures, different things. I don't have that many followers, but I'm really trying to boost up my following count. But it's very, it's a way to hear, like, I'm pretty optimistic about some of these things that happen to me. So, a lot of the things that I post is because over this, particular year dealing with these struggles, I've found happiness in my faith, and I've been able to trust in God. But I have a story to tell, and I have things to say, and I feel like YouTube is going to be a great way for me to air out those things, even if no one ever watches my videos, even if nobody takes the time to care. Then I feel like it'll be good. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and I'm looking forward to get subscribers.